feelings, because we really haven't had full access to the gym either. We're not getting our regular workouts in either.
I miss it.
Absolutely. And so talking with them, talking with a lot of you guys, a lot of our members, I thought we just, share some thoughts, share some feedback, share some struggles too, that I think all of us are. I mean, Randall and I both come from kind of a heavier background. He was
325.
Are you 5'11"?
I want to say, yes.
He's 5'10". He's 5'10".
5'10 and a half.
He was thick.
5'11". Hey,
He was thick with 3 C's.
I was going to say at least 3 C's. At least 3.
Thick with 3 C's. I was quite up there. Like 260,
If I had to invest in stock in Little Debbie, I'd be in places right now.
Oh, man. And you know what? Those don't expire either.
Because I was reinvesting in myself at the time, so, I was eating all the products.
Those Little Debbie, they stay pretty well during times like this.
They do. They do. I don't
have on
recommend
hand.
them, but if it goes to apocalypse, then I highly recommend.
When everybody went and did their hoarding, I did get a couple things that I'm like, these won't expire for a couple of years.
Was that Zombieland or
Twinkies?
Yep,
Twinkies.
Yeah,
don't eat Twinkies. And so obviously I was a little heavier too, about 260. And I have found through this time, even though I've been a little bit more 9 to 5 with my job, a little more consistency with my job, a lack of motivation.
Big time.
And I know you, if it's okay that I share, struggled a little bit with some depression. I think all of us have, right? I think if you're going through this and all is good and all is gold, then you're right in the head.
Yeah.
So, Randall, what are some things that you have done to overcome this depression, overcome this lack of motivation?
I've done a few things, but the biggest thing was getting back on a kind of a regular sleep schedule. I know I do. I'm an advocate of video games as well, so there are nights where I notice I'm like, whoa, it's 2 a.m, but it's quarantine, so the next day I didn't have to wake up right on time, but I did notice the nights that I was getting to bed more scheduled how I normally do it, because I was usually a pretty early AM guy. It made things a little bit easier put in place to get my workout done in the day and kind of schedule everything out to where I wasn't just waking up at noon and then I didn't know where to go with my day from there.
Were you waking up at noon?
There was a couple days at the start where I
don't know if I'm physically capable of that.
Well, waking up at 4:30 every day, it was nice to kind of just have a different outlook on sleep. So.
Absolutely, have a little bit more of a normal schedule, some flexibility.
Yes.
But you found, and I know I have found, that with that interruption to a regular schedule, just getting that inspiration to work out. For me, a lot of the times my workouts came earlier in the morning.
All the time.
Get to work at 5 or 6. I'd work out at 7, something like that. 7, 8, 9. Now I come in with the best motivation in the world. I want to work out at 2. I want to work out at 3. And I'm blessed. I have a pretty substantial in-home gym. But I'm just finding that since my schedule has been so interrupted, that the motivation's not there, right? Okay, I'm gonna work out at 2. Well, then 2 o'clock comes and I just don't have the energy.
Not feeling it.
I'm gonna work out at 3. Okay, then I'm gonna work out at 4. Okay, then I'm gonna work out 5. And I don't work out by 5, I'm not gonna work out, right?
The night's over, yeah.
So a couple of things that I have, I've created a plan for myself. That was number one, right? Because I think as trainers, it becomes really easy to, I'm just gonna go throw something together. I'll do the workout, no big deal. But now I have to throw in that extra layer of, well, now what am I gonna do when I work out?
Yes.
Right? So having a plan ahead of time is super important. Like Randall said earlier, trying, even if you are, at home throughout this whole time, even if you are quarantined this whole time, having a regular schedule. And it doesn't have to be your normal schedule, but have an actual schedule that you've written out. I'm going to do this at this time, this at this time, this at this time, this at this time. That'll go a long way in keeping you motivated, keep you consistent, keeping you accountable. So what are you doing for workouts? Because I think you did something yesterday that I really liked that can help with some of this.
Like yesterday I went for a long bike ride, interrupted in between. I have a small little dog that both of us during quarantine, especially at the start, we weren't getting a whole lot of exercise, but the weather's been a lot nicer. And while we're supposed to social distance, and we're keeping our social distance here as well.
I think it's 6 feet. He's behind me.
Yes.
He's behind me.
But it's nice to just get outside, breathe in that fresh air. But biking, running, I was just switching it up. I did some jump rope. I've never been like great at jump rope, but I've been practicing it every day.
You were a thick kid.
Yeah, I was like,
we didn't jump rope.
Yeah, oh, yeah, jump rope was the last thing I was doing.
Leave a hole in the floor, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So a lot of weight jumping up and down. Never felt great, but I'm getting a lot better now at jump rope, doing things that I hadn't rode my bike for up to like 10-15 miles in a long time. That felt pretty good. My quads and glutes are feeling it today, but that was nice. It kind of put my mind off everything that's going on right now. It just kind of cleared my head, and it made me feel good throughout the day. And if you know me well, I'm not a big cardio guy, so me breaking out and doing cardio is getting out of my shell. So
yeah, well, and getting out of your shell. Your shell is your home right now.
Yes.
Yesterday was a beautiful day. I think today's supposed to be pretty nice.
So.
Obviously, if it's raining, not the same. But getting outside, taking your workouts outside, we are allowed to do that. You can go. I think did they close parks? They might have closed parks.
They might. I think they're doing reopening
soon.
I think
soon,
the first
yeah.
maybe on
So Friday.
So
we got to wear your mask though. You can't be like social distancing. But getting outside as much as possible, I think that is huge.
Sunlight too.
Sunlight. Well, that's one of the biggest things I noticed with people who do have depression. I've got some experience, not necessarily in the field, but with people. Vitamin D deficiency tends to align with being depressed. So getting outside, obviously using your lotion, using your protection, but getting outside, getting exposure to the sun, it's a good way to really help lift your spirits. So having a plan, and some things that we're doing at Fit Club right now for you guys through our virtual portal is we are now increasing the amount of group personal training sessions that we're running. We have quite a few group exercise classes that we're running as well. So as far as the plan goes, if you don't have a trainer, you have those options available to you. We actually have a fairly firm schedule. So stay to that schedule. Have a schedule for your day too. First thing in the morning, have a plan. Midday, have a plan. Evening, have a plan. And stick to that as best you possibly can. Having some routine is very important. Getting outside on days like today will go a long way as well. So even if you don't have a robust home gym, even if you don't have a whole lot of space to work out, something is better than nothing. Do not wait another month. I know we're chomping at the bit to get here back in June, but do not wait another month to get re-engaged in your exercise plan. We give you a week, all right? A week is good here and there. It's sometimes 2 weeks, but don't put your goals on hold for another month, because it's going to be that much more difficult to see success, to get back into a routine. So start your routine now. Randall, is there anything you want to say?
I'd say just try to get out as much as you can while still practicing safe guidelines, but at the same time just try to get back into a normal schedule as best you can. If you're not working your normal 9 to 5, if you're not working out at all, like Logan was saying, anything's better than nothing. Go for a walk. If you have animals, they would absolutely love the time outside just to enjoy it as well. And trying to be mindful of what you're putting in your body as well. It's really easy to sit. I notice when I'm playing games, and Adam, shout out to you, will get at me because I'm constantly eating. I will, just sit there and I'll just eat.
I think it's not that you're eating. I think it's how you chomp your food.
Well, and that might be too. That might be too.
I've had conversations with Adam about this exact thing.
He does eat on the mic too, but against the point, be mindful of what you're eating. It's really easy to sit on the couch, binge a whole Netflix series, and then have a whole family size of Dorito bags gone by the time that series is over.
That's the stuff you need to save when we're really quarantined. That's the stuff that doesn't expire.
Exactly, yeah. Save the preservatives for when stuff gets really tough. So eat your fresh fruits and vegetables. That way they don't expire.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure the fresh stuff first, right?
Then save the Twinkies for the apocalypse.
What have you been doing for your nutrition?
Nutrition-wise, if you know me, I do fasting. I usually will fast every day. That's really tough. It's tougher, obviously, in quarantine. I could normally fast 24 hours pretty easy, but I'm finding doing the 16-8 is tough.
Yeah.
Getting to like 5 o'clock by not eating is very, very tough, especially if you are getting workouts in too. But I've been trying, when I go to the grocery store, I'll buy more frozen, like fruits and vegetables. That way they'll keep a lot longer, put them in the freezer. Most of the time too, you're getting more nutrient dense foods from freezer bought stuff anyway. So it really, I think, helps. I've been living out of my freezer, so fruits and veggies and meat. That's my biggest thing right now. Been avoiding all the processed foods. Like I said, I'll save those for when things, if they get really bad.
Well, in moderation too, things like oats, rice. I'm not a huge fan, but in moderation, those are a good thing, and they're still available. I know that sometimes produce can be a little more tricky to come by. It can be a little tricky to come by.
That's why I figured like with frozen, it's a little easy, just grab and go most of the time. So
yeah. All right, guys, so those are some hopefully some words of encouragement, some tips, some tricks to stay motivated, to stay healthy during this time. We do have a pretty robust schedule right now for group exercise and group personal training. If you have a personal trainer and you're not currently training with them, reach out. They are now equipped to help you through Zoom and through Fit Club Virtual. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. Thanks, everybody.